Walmart employees have a front row seat to the way people shop, and after years on the floor, they've seen it all. The smart purchases, the budget wins, and unfortunately, the costly mistakes that countless shoppers make without even realizing it. While some items seem like unbeatable deals, insiders say they're actually some of the worst ways to spend your money. And they've finally spoken up to warn the rest of us. In this video, we're breaking down 12 Walmart home items that employees say you should never buy, no matter how tempting the price tag. Some of these will absolutely shock you, especially number 1, which is quietly draining your wallet while you think you're being a smart shopper. Chances are, you've bought it before. So stick with me until the very end, because even avoiding just one of these traps could save you hundreds of dollars and a ton of regret in 2025. And hey, before we jump in, tap that like button and subscribe to Frugal Daily, your go-to spot for saving smarter, shopping wiser, and avoiding the traps big stores don't want you to notice. Let's dive in. 12. Inexpensive shower heads. According to Walmart employees, cheap shower heads are one of the most commonly returned items in the entire home section, and it's not hard to see why. While they might look sleek and seem like a smart buy at first glance, they almost always disappoint once installed. These models are often made with thin plastic parts that warp under heat, poorly sealed connectors, and nozzles that offer barely enough pressure to rinse shampoo out of your hair. The result? Frustrated shoppers who thought they were saving money, only to end up back at the store weeks later. One employee shared a common complaint they hear all the time: installed today and leaking all over by tomorrow. And that's exactly what happens. These shower heads rarely hold up to daily use. The internal seals often fail, the plastic starts to crack, and instead of a relaxing shower, you're left with an annoying trickle of water and puddles forming around your tub. Plus, some customers even report uneven spray patterns or strange noises caused by poor pressure regulation. What started as a simple upgrade quickly turns into a daily inconvenience. That's why Walmart employees recommend skipping the bargain bin options and going for a high-pressure or metal model from a trusted brand like Moen or Delta. These may cost a bit more upfront, but they deliver a stronger, more consistent flow, are built to withstand heat and water over time, and most importantly, they don't leave you with a soggy regret. A good shower sets the tone for your entire day. Don't let a $15 mistake ruin it. 11. Walmart brand bath towels. At first touch, Walmart store brand bath towels seem like a cozy steal. Plush, soft, and perfect for a fresh bathroom upgrade on a budget. But according to Walmart employees, that softness is nothing more than a temporary illusion. Once they go through the laundry a few times, the game changes. What felt thick and fluffy in the aisle becomes thin, rough, and barely absorbent, leaving you wondering how they ever felt good to begin with. One employee didn't hold back, saying, "They go from cozy to cardboard after laundry day." And they weren't exaggerating. These towels tend to shed fibers in the wash, lose their texture fast, and start to feel like sandpaper against your skin. Some customers even complain about them leaving lint behind after drying off or becoming stiff and wrinkled, no matter how carefully they're washed. It's the kind of purchase that feels fine in the moment, but starts showing its true quality the moment it hits water. That's why employees recommend avoiding the cheapest option and going for mid-range cotton or Turkish cotton towels instead. Believe it or not, Walmart does carry better quality options. You just have to know where to look. Spending a few extra bucks on higher thread count, durable cotton means your towels stay soft, stay absorbent, and actually last more than a handful of washes. In the long run, you'll save money, space, and avoid the daily disappointment of a scratchy towel routine. 10. Plastic storage bins. According to Walmart employees, these clear plastic storage bins are a top offender when it comes to returns, and for good reason. While they might look like a practical way to organize your space, the reality kicks in the moment you actually use them. The plastic is thin and brittle, the lids often don't align properly, and the handles, they can snap the second you try to lift a full bin. What starts as a clean, organized plan quickly turns into a mess of broken lids and spilled contents. One employee noted that shoppers come back frustrated, saying the bins couldn't handle even light loads of books, clothes, or seasonal decor. And if you try stacking them, the bottom ones bow under pressure, lids pop open, and suddenly your neat storage area looks like a disaster zone. It's a classic case of false economy, because cheap bins that break mean spending even more money over time just to replace them again and again. That's why employees strongly recommend choosing heavier-duty storage solutions from reliable brands like Sterilite or Rubbermaid. These bins are built to hold weight, stack securely, and actually survive a trip from the garage to the attic without cracking in your hands. When it comes to protecting your belongings, investing in real durability beats rebuying broken plastic every few months. 9. Mainstays furniture, bookshelves, desks. Walmart employees don't mince words when it comes to Mainstays furniture. While it's one of the most budget-friendly lines in the store, they say it's also one of the fastest to fall apart. The materials are often low-density particle board. The screws are weak, and the design is purely functional, but not built for real daily use. These pieces might look decent in the box, but once assembled, they tend to wobble, shift, and start showing signs of wear within weeks. As one associate put it, "It shakes more than your coffee hands on a Monday." That joke comes from experience. Employees often hear complaints about bookcases that lean after a few books, desks that creak when you type, or nightstands that chip just from being moved across the floor. And heaven help you if you ever need to disassemble and relocate one of these. They rarely survive a second setup without damage or collapse. What looks like a deal in store becomes a constant source of frustration at home. That's why employees suggest skipping the Mainstays shortcut and instead investing in solid wood, metal frame, or modular furniture from higher-rated brands. Even within Walmart, there are better options. It might cost more upfront, but it'll last longer, stay sturdier, and save you from rebuying the same desk 3 times. When it comes to furniture, buying cheap often means paying twice. Don't let a wobbly shelf be the reminder. 8. Air mattresses. According to Walmart employees, few items get more frustrated feedback than air mattresses. Time and time again, they hear the same complaint. "It deflated before I even woke up." What starts as a seemingly convenient, budget-friendly sleeping solution quickly turns into a backache and a ruined night, especially when you're relying on it for guests, travel, or emergencies. These mattresses might look thick and supportive when inflated in-store, but they often begin leaking air after just a few hours of use. The biggest issue? Low-quality seams, cheap valves, and thin material that can't hold pressure overnight. Employees report that many customers come back just days after purchasing, holding a mattress that looks fully functional until it's laid on. Even worse, the included patch kits are rarely effective. They might buy you a few hours, but they're no match for recurring leaks or punctures caused by basic movement or floor friction. By the time the second night rolls around, you're back on the hardwood. That's why employees recommend skipping the no-name brands and choosing models from companies like Sound Asleep or Coleman, which are known for reinforced seams, reliable air retention, and comfort that actually lasts through the night. A few extra dollars up front can mean the difference between a restful sleep and waking up flat on the floor. When it comes to rest, especially for guests or your own backup plan, don't gamble on disappointment. 7. Shower curtain liners. According to Walmart employees, these ultra-thin shower curtain liners might look harmless on the shelf, but they're one of the biggest bathroom regrets customers come back to complain about. The material is often so flimsy and low-grade that it tears just from a routine tug, or worse, clings to your legs while you're trying to shower. But the real issue goes beyond inconvenience. These liners trap moisture almost immediately, turning into a breeding ground for mold and mildew within days. One shopper summed it up perfectly, telling an employee, "It looked clean until it wasn't." And that's exactly the trap, because by the time you notice the musty smell or dark spots creeping in, it's already too late. You're left scrubbing away stains or tossing it out altogether, creating a cycle of waste and replacement that could have been avoided. Worse, if the liner is touching your skin daily, you're literally brushing up against that buildup every time you shower. That's why employees strongly advise spending just a few more dollars on a mildew-resistant, thicker liner, ideally with weighted edges and proper ventilation. It may not seem like a big upgrade, but the difference in hygiene, durability, and even how your bathroom feels is massive. Skip the mold magnet and choose something that won't leave you dealing with odors, stains, or daily frustration. 6. Walmart brand light bulbs. At first glance, Walmart's store brand light bulbs seem like a solid bargain. Bright packaging, big promises, and a low price tag make them feel like an easy win until you actually screw them in. According to employees, these off-brand bulbs are among the most frequently returned items in the lighting aisle. They may work fine on day 1, but by week 2, customers start seeing the signs: flickering, inconsistent brightness, or a total burnout out of nowhere. One employee described it plainly. "They're supposed to last years, but people come back after a few weeks holding dead bulbs like it's deja vu." And it's not just about replacing them, it's about the ripple effect. These unreliable bulbs drain your patience, waste your time, and leave rooms feeling dim or uneven. Worse, in fixtures that are hard to reach, like vaulted ceilings or stairwells, you'll find yourself pulling out ladders way more often than you should. That's why employees consistently recommend going with trusted lighting brands like GE, Philips, or Sylvania, which are designed for longevity, energy efficiency, and actual consistency in color, temperature, and brightness. Sure, they might cost a bit more upfront, but when one bulb outlasts 5 cheap ones, it's not just better lighting, it's smarter spending. Don't let your home feel like a flickering reminder of a bad purchase. 5. Small kitchen appliances. Walk through Walmart's appliance aisle and you'll see shelves packed with compact toasters, budget blenders, sandwich makers, and other countertop gadgets, many under $25. It feels like a great way to equip your kitchen on a budget. But according to Walmart employees, what you save up front often costs you more in the long run. These appliances are some of the most frequently returned items in the store, with shoppers consistently disappointed by poor performance and short lifespans. One employee put it bluntly, "It stopped working after 2 uses." And that complaint? It's not rare, it's the norm, especially with Mainstays models. Customers report motors that burn out, buttons that stick, or blades that struggle to blend soft fruit. Instead of simplifying your mornings, these devices turn breakfast into a battle, and nobody has time to fight with a blender at 7 a.m. When the machine you just bought can't handle a smoothie or a slice of toast without quitting, the deal quickly feels like a waste. That's why employees recommend putting your money into appliances from reliable brands like Ninja, Hamilton Beach, or Cuisinart. These are built for everyday use, have stronger motors, and hold up well beyond a couple of mornings. A quality appliance might cost a little more, but buying once and buying right beats replacing a cheap one every month. Your kitchen routine deserves tools that actually work. 4. Laundry baskets and hampers. On the surface, Walmart's budget laundry baskets and hampers seem like a no-brainer. They're lightweight, inexpensive, and come in a range of colors and sizes. But Walmart employees say they're also one of the biggest disappointments in the home section. These cheap models are infamous for cracking under pressure, snapping handles, and warping after just a few uses. And we're not talking overloaded baskets. Even light laundry loads can push them to the breaking point. One employee mentioned it happens so often they see customers returning with broken pieces still in hand, saying, "I carried one load and the whole thing just gave out." The plastic used in these bins tends to be thin and brittle, which might look fine in store, but once you start using it in real life, on carpet, hardwood, or stairs, it doesn't hold up. The result? You end up doing the laundry walk of shame, carrying clothes in your arms because the basket didn't make it. It's frustrating, inconvenient, and totally avoidable. That's why employees strongly recommend spending just a little more on reinforced plastic or fabric-lined hampers with sturdy handles and flexible frames. These are built to last through real household use, stairs, heavy jeans, wet towels, and all. When a laundry basket breaks, you're not just replacing a container. You're dealing with wasted time, another trip to the store, and an unnecessary headache. Durability pays for itself in peace of mind. 3. Wall clocks and budget home decor. At first glance, Walmart's wall clocks and budget home decor look surprisingly stylish. With trendy colors, modern designs, and ultra-low prices, it's easy to toss one into your cart thinking you're upgrading your space for less. But Walmart employees caution that what looks good on the shelf often doesn't hold up once it's hanging on your wall. These pieces are mass-produced with low-quality materials, and it shows fast. Employees report frequent returns on clocks that stop ticking within weeks, frames that warp or crack just from light handling, and decorative pieces where paint starts peeling long before the season changes. Some customers even complain that the clock hands fall off inside the frame, making them completely useless after a short time. The real frustration comes when that cheap decor forces you to rebuy and replace, turning what should have been a simple upgrade into a recurring expense. That's why employees recommend investing in higher quality decor from reputable brands, even if it means spending a bit more upfront. You want pieces that not only look good out of the box but also last through time, use, and everyday wear. When it comes to decorating your home, durability matters as much as design, and no one wants to hang something up just to toss it out a month later. 2. Generic rugs and floor mats. They may look soft, stylish, and like a smart budget choice, but Walmart employees say generic rugs and floor mats are one of the most misleading home items you can buy. Over and over again, they see shoppers return rugs that simply didn't hold up. The issues? Sliding across the floor, fraying at the edges, shedding fibers like a dog in summer, and all within just a few uses. What looked like comfort quickly turns into clutter. One of the most common complaints employees hear is about safety. Once these rugs start slipping, they become a serious tripping hazard, especially for homes with kids, seniors, or pets. And if you try to clean them, many won't survive a vacuum session or a single run through the washer. The backing starts to peel, the padding flattens, and suddenly that deal becomes another item destined for the trash. It's not just money wasted, it's a daily risk under your feet. That's why Walmart employees recommend choosing low-pile, non-slip rugs from reputable brands that are designed for real-life use, not just store display. Look for reinforced backing, durable stitching, and washable materials. A rug should make your space feel cozier and safer, not cause frustration or accidents. In the long run, the right floor mat protects your home, your feet, and your budget. 1. Extended warranties for home goods. This is the one Walmart employees warn about more than any other item on the list. Extended warranties for home goods. At the register, they're pitched as peace of mind, a small extra fee that guarantees protection if something goes wrong. But according to insiders, the reality is far less reassuring. Most of these warranties come with limited coverage, hidden exclusions, and a frustrating claims process that leaves many shoppers regretting the purchase before they even need it. One employee put it bluntly, "It sounds great at checkout, but claiming it is a nightmare, and that's the trap. By the time something actually breaks, customers find out the issue isn't covered, or the process to get help is so tedious and unclear that they give up entirely." Most of these warranties are outsourced to third-party providers, which means you're no longer dealing with Walmart. You're dealing with long wait times, denied claims, and fine print you didn't know existed. It's a classic case of paying for protection that never really shows up. Unless you're buying a big-ticket electronic or appliance, something truly expensive and complex to repair, Walmart employees say you're far better off saving that extra cash. Put it toward a better quality product up front, or keep it aside for a future replacement if needed. In most cases, extended warranties on lower-priced home goods are nothing more than a false sense of security with a side of buyer's remorse. And there you have it, the 12 Walmart home items that employees say just aren't worth your hard-earned money. Some of them might seem like great deals at first, but now you know the truth from the people who see what really happens after the sale. Now, just to be clear, I actually like Walmart. This list isn't meant to criticize the store, but to share helpful advice based on what employees see day after day. Some products simply work better for certain shoppers than others, and this video is here to help you avoid common buying mistakes. Which one surprised you the most? Or maybe you've bought one and regretted it. Drop your experience in the comments. I read every single one. And if this video helped you shop a little smarter, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to Frugal Daily for more real-world tips to help you save more and waste less. Want more insider picks? Don't miss this next video. It's packed with surprises you'll want to know about. See you there.